Take a look around the room at the people you came to the event with tonight. Take a look at all the various people that you may have met over your years living in Cheyenne, Wyoming. Do you remember how you met? Maybe you don't. Maybe some of these people seem like they have been in your world forever. But what brought you together was shared experience. There may be some people in this room that you don't like, and I might be one of them. Dig deep. Why is it that you feel the way you feel? Is it a story you've shared with someone, or is it just a personal memory? See, life is about shared experiences. Life is about temporary circumstances. Life is about learning, growing, sharing, and exploring. But life can become a difficult task when our external hard drives begin to crash. When those partners, family, or friends that we shared experiences with either die or start to lose their memories. Maybe you are intimate with somebody who doesn't share any of their memories at all. They're like a locked hard drive, and you wonder what it would take to crack the code to retrieve that missing information. It's easier to recall an old photograph when the photographer is sitting right next to you. In 2012, after a 13-year wanderlust, I returned to Cheyenne to be a full-time in-home caregiver for my beautiful 85-year-old grandma, Marge, after my grandfather was put in a care facility. And when I got home, I thought that my grandma was going to be the exact same person that I fell in love with so long ago. Like a doll or a precious object that I had put on a shelf and left for years, expecting that I could return and have it be exactly the way I left it. But time doesn't treat people that way. And I quickly learned my grandma was not the same person that she was in my impressionable youth. That woman was sharp as a tack in her math and in her wit. She laughed often. She enjoyed adventure. She was the anchor that held together my mixed family. She was a wellspring of stories of traveling around the world. She's the one who taught me how to tie my shoe, how to read a book. She imbibed me with her love of words and meanings. She showed me the beautifulness of nature, and because of her, I never really wanted to be a mom. I wanted to jump straight to being a grandma. So in honor of her tonight, here's a word for you. Patience. P-A-T-I-E-N-C-E. Patience, a noun. The capacity to accept or tolerate delay, trouble, or suffering without getting angry or upset. I'll have you know that the Devil's Dictionary says that patience is a minor form of despair disguised as virtue. Yeah. And it is said that patience is a virtue, but in my experience, patience is not an innate virtue. Patience takes practice, and patience can be hard to practice. This is the lesson that my wise old grandma teaches me every single day by just loving me. The woman that I know today is slow. No matter how quick I am on my feet or in my wit, I cannot force her to go faster than she is able to. I can't just snap my fingers and make her synapses fire at a compatible rate to mine. The woman that I know today has a degrading body and a degrading mind. In her own words, my ears don't work, my eyes don't work, my teeth don't work, my legs don't work, and it's all going to shit. Well, at least she keeps a good sense of humor about her degrading situation, and I think that she is the sweetest and cutest little old lady you could ever meet despite her circumstances. So here's another word for you. Frustration. F-R-U-S-T-R-A-T-I-O-N. Frustration, a noun, meaning the feeling of being upset or annoyed, especially of the inability to be able to change or accomplish something, or achieve something, as it says up here. And see, what I want to do is I want to embody patience as a virtue, but oftentimes I'm frustrated at what I cannot change. I can't turn back time. I don't have a magic wand. And so we are forced to adapt. We are forced to accept change. So we got my grandma some hearing aids, but she doesn't want to wear them, so we just talk really loudly. We got her new glasses, but she says that they don't work, so she just leans in close to the TV. We got her new dentures, but she doesn't want to use the poly grip, so we listen to her complain about her sore gums. And I make her soft, bland foods. I am here to assist her with her more mobility, but more often than not, she will not ask for help when she needs it, which is exactly what I'm here for. And all these subtle, uncontrollable things make me boil on the inside. And I have to refrain from blaming her for holding on to what little independence she has left. Some days, patience overrides frustration, and vice versa. I am by no means perfect. But even after 5 years of full-time in-home caregiving, I still get frustrated that she isn't the person that she used to be. She isn't who either of us want her to be. And when I try and get a glimpse of her past, she looks lost, like she is digging in the recesses of her brain, trying to conjure up a vision of who she used to be, and she comes up blank. Her eyes are like error screens saying, "Cannot compute." She says she misses those she used to share experiences with. All those people who have passed, who took with them her past, her shared memories. They were the external hard drives that she was connecting to on a daily basis in order to create the richness of memory. we make some memories. The man who used to stand behind the camera is no longer here to sit with her, to recall all the details of those old photos of life once upon a time. There is a void where there used to be connection. At times, I contemplate whether or not it was worth it to leave for 13 years to make memories of my own with people I don't even have intimate friendships with anymore. I wonder if I would have stayed here, if I could have prevented myself the shock of my grandma becoming a fraction of the person that I knew. I ponder if I would have stayed, maybe I could have helped her retain some of what she's lost. But then I remember I'm not big on regrets. And though my grandma has always worried about me, she wanted me to experience life, adventure, and people. That she wouldn't make me sit still, because even now herself, she doesn't want to sit still despite being grounded. I am aware that everything is temporary, and that I have made a conscious decision to be grounded for a while so that I can be with her, because I'm selfish. I want more memories of her in my personal hard drive. I want her to know the adult me. See, despite the frustrations, despite the arduous practice of patience, despite the fact that we aren't the people we used to be, and there are scary realities of aging, we are still learning each other. We are adapting to our reality. And these days, some of the best conversations that we have together are actually about her fears of death and dying. And I am so grateful that she doesn't have to experience that alone. The commitment that I've made to my grandma is the single toughest thing I have ever done in my life. The 36 years I've had on this earth, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. Because I know that future Mandie is going to be a better and more patient person because of these struggles. I know that these experiences are going to allow me to relate to other people who may decide to make similar commitments to their loved ones. And if I've learned anything, it is relation is priceless. So if there's one thing that I could leave you with tonight that I think will help you now and in your future, it is to share the richness of your internal selves with the ones you love. Share your memories, share your insecurities, share all of everything that's in you. Be someone in the world who shares the richness of yourselves and create those strong neural networks of connection. Be bold, be vulnerable, have heart-to-heart talks, because home is where the heart is, and it is our central point of connection to one another. Going home isn't always easy. Going home isn't always what you expect it will be, but if you keep your heart open, I believe once you get there, you'll realize that the journey was worth it.